Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ree and I'm a nurse studying for a PhD in Switzerland. Um, in today's video, I would like to talk about my PhD journey. And actually, from today onwards, I would like to talk about my PhD journey and I would like to exchange with whoever is interested in taking this journey with me. I would like to exchange issues about your experience about your PhD studies, your experience with your PhD program, and just basically um, share everything that is happening and anything that could be useful for other people studying for PhDs, especially me. Actually, in my PhD journey, I'm at a point where I feel a little bit stuck and lonely, and I think it's a very normal feeling because it involves a lot of reading and working on projects and whatever it is. I think it's a tough, lonely journey that one has to take. Now, a little bit back um, about actually who I am and where am I. Um, I am a nurse by profession and I'm based in Switzerland. And in Switzerland, it's a relatively small country. There are, of course, nursing programs that do provide PhD programs, although there aren't so many. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are like two, and I'm not sure if there are only two or maybe more that offer PhDs for nurses. In my case, I'm taking a PhD at a university which actually doesn't have a nursing faculty. So I'm doing my PhD at a medicine faculty, and this is complicated. Maybe I will do a video whereby I will explain why I'm taking my PhD in a medicine faculty and not in the nursing faculty. But that's a topic for its own day. So what I wanted to say today is that in Switzerland it's a little bit different. It's not that straightforward. If one says I'm doing a PhD in nursing, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are in a nursing department doing your PhD purely in a nursing department, although there are people who do their PhDs in a specific nursing department. But we'll talk about that later. So in my particular PhD program, I'm expected to take some modules that should give me about 13 credit points. They call them ECTS. I think it's a grading system in Europe. It's based on Bologna system. Anyway, I need about 13 credit points in order to graduate. And these points are actually not all that I need. Of course, I need those points. That means that I have to attend modules and I have to learn and attain those points. And beside that, I need, of course, to do a research project, publish papers, and I'm expected to publish about 3 to 4 papers before I graduate with my PhD. And so this is indeed a tough journey, but it's not only tough for me and for my particular PhD project. I think it's not only tough for me and for my program. I think it is just tough for whatever higher education one is dealing with. I think it has its own challenges. It's tough in its own rights. And so I'm not trying to say that this is my particular situation is particularly tough. um, and so there are many reasons as to why I perceive my particular journey as tough. And this may also not apply to everybody. Um, I think it also depends now on at what point in life one is doing their PhD, and what are the requirements of a particular PhD program. And so um, I am not the type of person who thinks that a PhD should be done by particular people at a certain stage in life. I think that it could be done by anybody at any point in their lives. And so this does not actually influence my perception of difficulty at the moment. Um, but of course, I would have loved if I didn't have responsibilities like family responsibilities and other responsibilities like work and having to care for people or for somebody. I would have loved to just have all the time for me and for my studies um, and for my projects. But this is not possible. Actually, it's not possible in my situation at the moment. And so it's a little tough. And on that note, I would love to hear your comments, or you could write a comment if you're willing to. And please let me know at what stage in your life are you doing a PhD? What are some of the challenges you're finding with that? Are there any challenges anyway, or is it a straightforward journey? And are you having fun on the way? And how do you manage to have fun besides studying and working on your research project? How are you balancing the time? Like personal time, personal, private time, family time, time with friends, and time to work on your PhD. How do you balance that? How do you create time for yourself? Because this journey, it's a tough, long journey, and I think that one has to be able to manage themselves quite well. But of course, we don't live in isolation. We live in a social world where social relations are important, and many other aspects of life are important as well. And we have to see that we are balancing all that. Some of us are good at balancing that, some of us not at all. So I would really, really, really appreciate or learning from you or hearing from you how you're doing it, how you're balancing your time, how you are managing to see friends, how you're managing to care for other people, and how you're really managing to take care of yourself so that you can remain afloat and sober enough to carry on with your PhD journey. Well, um, it's also important to address the question of why do you actually do a PhD? Why do you do a PhD? Are there any reasons as to why you really want to do a PhD? Um, yes, I think that it's such a tough journey, and there have to be reasons enough for one to be able to choose this route. Actually, I always wanted to do a PhD as long as I was. I think as a teenager, I started having this dream already as a teenager in high school. Because my father was quite academic, and I always admired him, and actually he gave me some kind of motivation to always want to do higher studies, and I knew that I would want to do a PhD in my life. And it doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me when I would do it. I somehow knew that I wanted to do it. I didn't chase that dream so actively. And finally, it has come my way. And already into it, and I'm quite happy. It's challenging, but I'm happy that my childhood dream or my teenage dream is coming my way. I cannot say it has come my way because I'm not through with it yet, but it's I'm in the process, and I'm quite happy that this has this is materializing. Um, and so the reasons as to why one undertakes this PhD journey should be quite well elaborated, because otherwise, I think, and yeah, one loses it along the way. um, and um, and so I also would like to know, like, what are the requirements of your PhD program? Because now, with the 13 credit points that I need to acquire before, like as part of the key requirements for my PhD, are some modules, and these modules include clinical biostatistics, epidemiology, research methods, um, and many other modules. But these are the key modules that are quite heavy, and yeah, I cannot say easy or difficult. It depends on the person. But for me, these are the most challenging um, modules that I need to do. And I know of some people, some nurses who are doing their PhD, and they don't have to take any modules, or they don't have to study like this. They don't have to do this structured way of studying and acquiring credit points through modules. But of course, they have they do other things in that case. And so I would also love to know, like, what are the requirements of your particular PhD program, and where you are. Um, just to compare notes. Yeah, and so in my next videos, I'll be like just making an update of what's happening currently, how it is going, how the journey is going. And I hope to do these videos every week, videos to update, videos to to exchange infos or ideas until I get through my PhD. And I would love if you can come along this journey with me, because I feel like having a community of people who are undergoing the same, or people who are in the same situation, I think it's something that is likely to, yeah, to motivate us to go through the journey without feeling lonely, and without feeling like the particular challenges that we are experiencing are really individual, but also to know that certain challenges are actually universal and they are normal. I was talking to a colleague actually recently, and this colleague told me that, by the way, if you feel stuck and you're really, really working hard, let's say you're trying to read or to write, and at the end of the day, you don't see really the output, like you don't know what you have been doing the whole day. It's kind of normal, because certain things or certain types of work involve the intellect, and they are not necessarily, you don't necessarily see the output, and therefore you might think, oh, I am so unproductive, I haven't done anything. 8 hours are gone and I haven't done anything, I don't see any results. But the intellect, actually intellectual work, it's difficult to justify. It's not visible, and therefore you shouldn't feel like you haven't done anything. Rather, thank yourself and let that motivate you to even go further, because you are doing something. The fact that you got up, you sat on that desk, read something, did something, you're doing something. And don't beat yourself saying that the day has gone, um, the day is over and you haven't done much. Like this, you will get discouraged on the way, and you might not be able to carry on with your work properly. So always motivate yourself, encourage yourself, and whenever you don't see results and you have been working hard, remember that the intellectual work is difficult to see, it's difficult to justify, but it will be very, very important to always write down at the end of the day. If you don't see what you have done, try to write some kind of notes, like what really you did, because you did something. You did something. It, it and don't beat yourself saying you didn't do anything, because unless you were unless you went outside to work outside in the woods, and you didn't do anything, or you watched YouTube videos without doing anything, then you can say you did nothing. But if indeed you sat down at the desk and did something, and you don't see it at the end of the day, which has been my case, write down exactly what you did, and this will motivate you, will tell your head that indeed you did something, and that something might not be useful today, but might be useful tomorrow for something else, for your writing, or for something else. And so on that note, I would like to stop for today. And I'll be posting a video every week, just as an update of what has been happening that week, or what has been happening in my PhD journey. And I would really, really kindly request you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and like the video if you would like to get notifications for future videos. And if you would like to take this journey with me, please, I will be happy if you can subscribe to my channel. And with that, I would love to say that see you next week. Keep strong, keep going, keep doing something, get up, do something, even if you don't see the results. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time in the next video.